Hello fellow Brick fanatics, DJ Bricks here, back for another video, and today I have a review for a 2022 LEGO Marvel set based off of Thor, Love and Thunder. It is the Goat Boat. It is set number 76208, recommended for building ages 8 and up. Comes with 564 pieces and retails for about $60 here in the US, and it is the big flagship set of the Thor, Love and Thunder based wave, so let's not waste any more time, start deconstructing it and see how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. So first up, we're going to take a look at Thor for his costume for this new movie, getting the accessory out of the way. He comes with a Stormbreaker here. As I mentioned in the Attack on New Asgard review, it is a newer style build where they changed the axe head and the back part there and added the telescope piece here to make it able to be attached to studs. He does come with a Qui-Gon here in dark tan, very nice torso print and leg print at the bottom there. He does come with that same endgame head that we've been seeing for a while now. That's what it looks like framed by the hair. It's got that very nice details for the eyes there, and he's got some very nice back torso printing. And again, I don't mind the endgame head reuse. LEGO probably was looking at concept art where they didn't have change in the beard for Thor. Fig we have is Mighty Thor. Again, went over this figure in the Attack on New Asgard set, but knocking her out really quick. She does come with Mjolnir. It is very much liking the prints of it being destroyed and being reformed back together. I would have liked to have seen those details again. Very nice torso print, very nice leg print, all very detailed. She does have this nice new dual molded helmet piece with her hair and her helmet there. It's got some nice copper printing on the front there. Very nicely molded and detailed. Head reuse is the Jyn Erso head we've been seeing on many females, but it kind of works for Natalie Portman. I just wish they would reuse that one they came up with for a Star Wars set that really looks like Natalie Portman. And then she does, like Thor, have the single hole cape that is spongy, and she has some very nice back torso printing, and that is also what that face looks like with the helmet over it. Up on the figures we've already taken a look at from a previous set, we have the main villain Gore. Comes with LEGO's standard black sword piece in black for the Necro Sword. He has very nice front face printing. It's very accurate to how he looks like in the movie. And what is not accurate is his torso print. But again, LEGO was looking at concept art. That's kind of what his outfit looks like in some of it. No printing on the legs, which is a big disappointment, especially considering the robes he is wearing in the film. And then he's got some very nice back head printing as well for the details, and some very nice back torso printing for the details of his robe. We got Valkyrie in her king attire from Thor, Love and Thunder. She's got a small version of the gladiator sword to represent her sword in the movie. She's got some very nice torso and leg print. I especially want to point out the white on her torso and legs. That also is printed very well. So it proves that LEGO can do this if they want to. It's just we gotta keep holding them to that standard. She's got an accurate choice for the skin tone for her, and the face really does look like Tessa Thompson. She's got a brand new mold for her hair. This is very nicely detailed and replicates it very well. I look forward to seeing it more on different minifigures. And then she does have an alternate face, which is even more happy. She does come with the same cape as both of Thor's, just in blue. And flipping that up, she has some nice back torso printing. And putting the hair on, that is what that That expression looks like highlighted by the hair. So for the figure's Korg, his accessory is his club. It's mainly a big brick built item using the studs and gray flower. The flower pieces there in gray. Has very nice torso printing and leg printing. However, that leg printing unfortunately does not go around to the side of legs despite him wearing a tunic. I would have liked to have seen that detail. He does come with the same new molded hair headpiece that was introduced with him last year. It's very nicely detailed, very nicely captured. His face is also really nicely done and really nicely Legofied. And then spinning him around, you get some nice back torso printing. And there's a better look at what that torso print looks like with the fur collar he comes with removed. You can see a very nice detail there. You can get a better look at that secondary face highlighted by the hairpiece there. To get into the main build, you also build up these two goats, Thor's goats, for Tooth Grinder and Tooth Gnasher. Tooth Grinder is the white one, Tooth Gnasher is the brown one. They're pretty much identically built for their main midsection here, with the legs. They're quite posable. They each got a sticker corresponding with their fur color on the top, but the front of their heads, those are printed. They're inverted slopes, and they're very nicely utilized. The main difference in the build here comes with how their horns are represented. Tooth Grinder here has a floppy ear, so one of the ears is kind of on its side. You got some nice different claw pieces used for his horns. And then you got the typical cow bull horn here used for the other one, which is very nice, and it captures the curvy nature of this one's horns really well without making a new piece. So these are both very well done. They also each have a big cross-section hole here in the center, and that is just so they attach to the main boat build. The main build of the set, it's the goat boat. It's a very nice built Viking style ship. Build process was pretty straightforward. They do use some nice new part recolors to get the general shaping of this down. And it's pretty nice. Any of the decorations that you see are stickers, and there are quite a lot of them, especially repeated ones for the shields on the side here and the part on the front of the bow here. Those are all very repetitive, but they do really help the detail of this thing. Flipping this to the other side, you can kind of see how most of the hull of the ship here is built. You do got some nice detail for the thrusters here. You got the front of the ship here, which is where the goats go. So you have one little harness on each side, and the goats just use that center hole in their body to be put on there, so they can pull the goat boat forward like so. And yeah, they look very nicely at the front of that. You got, again, sticker detail there. Really nice part usage to get the front masthead of the dragon design here. That is very nice how that is built up and then just folded forward. Again, at the back here, you got a nice little detail using some interesting part techniques to get the back of the ship as well. And then you have a really nice build for the roof of the main cabin lodge. And the other thing to note, there's a lot of empty deck space, and that is a good thing. That just gives you more room to pose minifigures around to play with. So you can have them tons of space to play with, which is really good. I always approve of that. So you can fit pretty much all the minifigures in this set on this ship somewhere, which is very nice. So you got a really nice amount of space there. And going over one of the play features up at the front here, taking Thor. You can take Stormbreaker out of his hand here. And in the middle of the two dragon head mast, there's this little droid arm here to clip Stormbreaker into, just to activate the Rainbow Bridge and travel with this ship. So that's one of the play features of this thing. The other play feature is pretty much you open the back of the cabin here, and these just both fold open pretty nicely. They like to come off. They're just attached via those Star Wars ride shield pieces, so they don't really have that best of a connection here. And opening up, you get a little bit of space to pose minifigure clips at the back of this cabin, just to hold minifigure accessories if you don't want your characters to hold them while they're posed throughout the ship, which is nice. I always appreciate a little bit of storage space for weapons for kids. And getting into this cabin, there isn't that much detail. On one side, you get a map of New Asgard, and on the table, this is a gift shop in the movie, so you get a bottle of something, and you get one of those opalescent gem pieces from Dots. And flipping this around, you get a fire extinguisher on this side as well. I think it's supposed to be an aura of some kind, or it's just a weird little build that the designer felt just want to include just to use up some parts in the budget. But this easily folds back up, and it is the identical build, so those just nestle right neatly into each other. So that pretty much sums up the build. Overall, a little bit finicky. Some parts want to come apart just due to low connection points. Overall, it's a very nice build, and you get a lot of playability with it. Here's the obligatory extra pieces. Some standouts here. The opalescent gem piece, the flower piece in gray. You do get in one of each of the short bar piece and extra sword. So looking at the instructions, this set did come out before they switched over, so you do get the box art on the actual cover of the set, which I really miss. You got Thor down there sporting the progress bar. Pretty straightforward build, 101 pages of building. There is no cross sell for the sets. I mean, they could have done Marvel, but at this point, most of the sets were already released. Parts inventory at the back, and then you got the pirate there. So taking a look at the box, it's at standard $50 to $60 size. You got all the Thor Love and Thunder branding for the merchandise. You got a nice shot of the set in action, traveling along the Rainbow Bridge there. Set specs, you got that comic paneling bricks motif that we've been getting for a while. Minifigures down there at the bottom. You got Thor sporting the actual size reference at the top there. Marvel logo on the side. Back of the box just shows you a few different play scenarios and features of the set, logo in the bottom, and then a Lego-fied version of that promotional art from the front of the box. I'll get into my final thoughts for the set, build-wise. Yeah, there are a few stability issues, but most of it is very nicely done. Very nice part usage. Not much playability there, but most of the playability does come from posing minifigures around the ship and acting out play scenarios. It's not really a play feature heavy set, but it does work out pretty nicely in that regard. Minifigures, I have to go with lack of printing on some of them. Gore's legs particularly. And the lack of printing on Mighty Thor's hammer, showing that it's the hammer just broken up, just held back together by magic. Kind of let down there, to be honest. Had really no issues with quality, considering that Valkyrie could have easily gone that way, but again, I emphasize that does prove that Lego can print lighter colors on top of darker colors pretty well. It's just that they don't really have the quality control in place to keep that consistency. So I would like to see that better in the future. And then going over the price of $60 for this thing. This is one of the sets that was hit with a markup for inflation early in the year. This thing used to cost $50, now it costs $60, so they added like an extra $10 onto this thing, and it was already kind of overpriced to begin with, but with that $60 now, that is really overpriced. And we're starting to see it on sale in some places, just due to how the movie was received and just that price point. So I recommend picking it up at that sale. This is not worth that full $60 anymore. It wasn't even really worth the $50, but yeah, I highly recommend picking this up on sale. It is a good little playset for Thor fans. It's a good parts pack for adult fans of Lego. Worthy inclusion of any Marvel collection. So all in all, set is going to get an 8 out of 10 for me. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the set yourself. How did I do in my review? Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, all that jazz. Really helps out the channel with the algorithm and stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, stay calm.